At RaiseCredit.com, we know it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. At RaiseCredit.com, we've got your backup. You can get the life you really want. RaiseCredit.com.
Way, or you kind of gave up sometimes. But if you have and you plan the problem, and I'm telling you flat out in the beginning, plan on somebody getting in your way, knocking you down, getting back up again and again. There's two things you need. It's called safety credit. The other thing is called the line of defense. Here's a way you can see it, believe it, and get it every day. It's going to be up to you. I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. So we're going to talk about when we get knocked down. We got to get back up again. I call it the Humpty Dumpty. We've all heard that story before. So we got some choices. Today, it's pretty simple. For me, I'm going to give you a little bit of my journey, and I'd like your journey to begin with me. I'd like to really hold your hand. I'd like to make sure you get through this. There's an ability that you can do to get anything you've ever wanted in your whole life. So let's start with me when I was 3 years old. When I was 3 years old, I got to stay with Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope got her weekly and monthly checks. She dropped me off at Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30, picked me up at 5 o'clock. So from 3 to 9.5 years old, that's exactly what she did. All right, and I said she was the she-devil from hell. Reality is I had to learn to steal and beg off the pier. That kind of sucked. One of the things I did when I was a little boy, I started gathering magazines about rich and famous people. Then I would get books. I wanted to know how they got their goodies. How did they get all that money? How did they get their dream? You see, when you get dropped off at Redondo Beach Pier, you see Palos Verdes, Torrance Rocks, all right, Marina Del Rey. So got to have some way. So what I did between my little journey, I got my Lamborghini collection. I got my Duffys, I got my mansions, I got my yachts, I broke world records, all right, got the Ferraris, the Wraiths boats, and the yachts too, and even the helicopter. You see, you have the ability to see it, believe, and go get it too. You just need to know the rules, how to do it. And that's what you've been lacking all along. So let me give you some of those today, give you a good overview, give you some rules, some tools, and I pray that you get into my workshop every week with me. So again, Ray's rules, please write it down. I wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. For me, since I had to move 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old, those people were kind of mean on the 1st and the 15th. I think they had to pay a rent or a mortgage or something. So I had to turn it into a game for me. I knew one thing about myself. If I played a game, I'm going to play to win. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to give you some rules and tools and teach you how to play the game, but then I want you to workshop with me. The reality is you're going to learn rules and tools. You'll hear things you've never heard before in your life, but it'll be all the things you've been missing anyway. Connecting the dots, I did that as a kid. I heard a corporation's a legal person. My first corporation, I was 9.5 years old. It was called Helping Hand Industries. It went worldwide, by the way. Had some fun, brought in $100,000 of credit at 9.5 years old. From there, simple. I'd like to play with you for 90 days. You see, if you allow me to for 90 days, all right, I'm going to make sure you're stuck with me. I'm going to get you to the $1 million dream. I'll actually do all the work for you. I will teach you to fish and take it over. It'll always be yours anyway. So from seminars to workshops and boot camps, the ability to listen and learn today, never bring the pain home. Please write down today's date. Write it down on that piece of paper, please. You see, you got 90 days from now. If you looked at it this way, your life, you'd have an 820 credit score up to that, up to $100,000 of credit. You should have a franchise, a house, or maybe an apartment complex too. You got to start the goal list today. I can do all this work for you if you'd like. The reality is I'll personally hold your hand. Now, one of the things you have to remember is how to count. See, at the end of the year, we have some problems. You just started your fourth quarter. That means if you look at 2020, that's the first fiscal year. When you look at January 2nd, it's on its second fiscal year. There are 9 loan institutions that'll give you up to $150,000 of credit using my dashboards, and I get to pop credit for your corporation or your divisions if you'd like. The bottom line is it'll give you the money that you need. Now let's look at today. We have literally 51 working days left. That's all we have. States are taking an average of 42 days to set up a corporation. Now, if I got 51 days and they're taking 42 days to file that corporation right away, if you're not giving me the name of the corporation today, you kind of blew it. See, I need the name of the corporation now. I mean today. All right, that way you get your 2 years up to $5.4 million of credit. And by the way, if all you need is credit repair, rebuilding, and all that stuff, I like rebuilding because credit repair is not my favorite thing to say. Disputes are 45 working days. If they're not started today, sorry, you're going to not get your credit repaired before the end of the year. You're going to be waiting until next year because you didn't listen to me. See, you got some choices today. When you lose your job or have an emergency, what happens to you? You run out of time, you run out of money, you jack up your credit, and you bring the pain home in 42 days. See, there's another way to do this the right way. Sorry, but you brought the pain home and you should never do that at all. So today I'd like you to write on that tablet and pen. If you don't have one, please go get one again. Please write down, get it before 4:30 in the morning every day. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. So as we do this, getting to know me some more. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years before I found myself in a coma in 2009. I was also the incorporator for most of Rich and Famous People, making them millionaires and billionaires too. I was helping Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW Nespirian, years ago as well. Please write down Credit Services Act. You see, what I want you to do is know the truth and the facts in front of you. When you Google the Credit Services Act today, it'll tell you credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front. If you go to the BBB today, it'll say there's 4 government agencies that file a complaint against Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com. Same company, but they've been taking money for people every month for years, and that's not right. It'll be referred to the Credit Repair Organization Act, where it says attorneys can't do credit repair. So I need you to understand today, you're running out of time. I want to build that relationship, build your dream. I want to hand it to you after I do the work for you. The biggest thing is when you're learning something new, we all feel silly and dumb. I want you to listen. I want you to get to the workshop with me. So let's think about this today. All right, I'd like to repackage your whole life. That means your house, your car, and your bank account. I want to get on the phone with you to make sure you're doing it the right way. I want to guide you, but I want to do the work for you. The biggest problem I've noticed in 43 years is people take too long. I don't want any mistakes. See, credit saved my life as a kid and as an adult. Okay, it's the only thing I had to fall back on. I didn't have a mommy and daddy to call and say, help me, please. So the bottom line is today, I'd like you to look in your wallet. Ladies, in your purse, your wallet, guys, same thing too. See, you're going to see debit cards, Visa maybe, MasterCard, American Express. If you don't have $1 million of credit for the corporation and $100,000 for you, I'm sorry, you're not going to reach your dream. See, I want to do the work for you, get you the real estate and the franchise. I want you to kind of get out of your own way today. So let's understand, every time I hear somebody say money for a rainy day, I'm sorry, in my life it doesn't rain, it always pours. I don't know about you, but let's understand something. Let's say today you needed $5,000, but you needed it now. What are you going to do? You ask your friends and family, you ask the bank, and they all say no. If you would have started with the word safety credit today, this card is worth $5,000, the one in front of you, the one in my hand. What happens if I had to play catch up, not fall down? I could use that card because it's called safety credit. And if I had to max it out, the payment is $50 a month, what the average person wastes every other day. You got to realize the discipline has to be in place too. Now, the average person, they say, wastes $140 a week. I don't know if that's true about you, but that's over $600. So if I took a venture one or a venture card of $50,000 a piece, even though this is $100,000, if I maxed out one card to buy time, the payment is $612.26. For what the average person wastes every day, they could have maintained that payment of $50,000. My biggest point is this. Personal credit, you can't write out the card or the interest rate at all, but you got to have it called safety credit. All right, I could have got you 2 pizzas today. You could have started a business. Do yourself a favor, please. Stop wasting money. You see, I don't want you to bring the pain home. At the end of the year, I feel so much pressure on me because I don't want to let you down. And if you don't listen to me, you're going to go, why didn't you tell me? And the reality is I've got to make sure I tell you everything you need to know. Like I said in the beginning today, I want you to plan on it. I want you to plan the problem. Someone's going to take it away, piss you off, whatever. At the end of the day, if you listen to me, you'll see it, believe, and go get it every time. You'll have safety credit. You'll have the line of defense to see it and believe it, go get it every time. The bottom line is all of you, all right, I'll bet you wasted thousands on a bunch of crap. Sorry, it's probably the truth. You're going to have to realize you have to run your own race. What you need is realize when you fall down, you get up again and again, of course. But you're going to have to turn off the sounds of other people. I've heard no a billion times in my life. But I did bring in $2 billion by the time I was 26, $1 million at 14, 100,000 at 9.5, and I bought my first Lamborghini at 14.5. I don't know what you want to do, but guess what? I listened to God and I listened to me. He gave me the tools. So if you fall down, get up again and again. All right, no matter what anybody says, especially your friends and family around you. It's amazing how many times they have an opinion. Sorry, their opinion doesn't matter to me. It should not matter to you. What matters to you is what God gave you. See, reaching the goal, I had to believe in myself. In 1981, I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet. Today, still hold that record as well. See, that just proves white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So let's understand something. Don't you ever hear the word you can't do this or that. God gave you a gift and a dream. Use it and then help other people like I'm trying to do today. All right, let's look at the SSN. And I want you, all of you, to really pay attention today. As my webinars are counting down, so I won't be doing them anymore come next year because I'm going to do my radio show and TV show. So not only is my time limited with you, but they're running out of time anyway. So you got an SSN. Congratulations, so do I. We both got this when we were a teenager to go get a job because they told us to. So we follow like a bunch of sheep. We get 1 or 2 write-offs. That's all we get. So what are we supposed to do next? You see, what you got is you got your Experian, your Equifax, and your TransUnion too. The moment you jacked up your credit card past 29%, and you all did this, you dropped your score. You got stuck and you can't get any more because no one bothered to tell you the rules and the tools and the discipline. All right, don't worry. You'll hear things today you will never hear anywhere else in the planet. Ray's rules are pretty simple. I make millionaires and billionaires every day. So you got the ability to listen and learn today. Let's talk about that SSN just a little more. You see, we are the collateral of the United States of America Incorporated, especially ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. That's how they keep printing their money. That's why they talk about consensus, and the census are going around. Today's the last day. They got to keep counting us all so they can print some more money today. So let's understand. Let's write down a little list, please. Let's have a goal list with me. First, I want you to write down Ray's rules. That means you're stuck with me. I am Ray's rules, by the way. I want to get you 100,000 of credit. Is that okay with you? But again, it's got to be called what? Safety credit. Write it down. And I'm serious. You can't write off the card or the interest rate at all. This would have basically, if you use only 29% like I teach you, and that's the rules, that would have gave you 71,000 of safety credit in case there's a pandemic. In case you got to feed your family, you can buy 1 to 2 years' time. But I'm sorry to say, most of you, you took the money and the credit from the family, you rolled the dice. That hurt your family, you brought the pain home. Can you do yourself a favor, please? Write down, never bring the pain home ever again. I didn't get a mommy and daddy and a family until I got a wife who's my rock and my kids. It's always been God, me. That's it. So the bottom line is you got to realize, don't bring the pain home. I think that's called silly and dumb anyway. So you got the ability to listen today, and we all got a sad story to tell. Come on, let's get it over it. It's simple. There's me in a coma by 5.5 years old. At 5.5 years old, I went down that big hill in Redondo Beach. I hit the curb at 40 miles an hour with my face. They told me I'd never basically walk again. Well, I got up anyway. There's me in a coma in 2009. So let's understand, we're not going to go boo-hoo-hoo. There's me in the coma. What did I do? I took people in my corporate yacht parked in my backyard. On July 5th, I get to die at 5:41. That kind of sucks. My life got destroyed. See, I'm keeping a promise. In that coma, I promised if God let me live, I would basically help people the rest of my life. And that's what I'm doing with you. All right, I'm bringing 10 billion more in 36 months. To me, this is just fun. See, swine flu, pneumonia, what did I do? I took people on my corporate yacht, was parked in my backyard. There's my race boat too. All right, they shouldn't have been on my yacht. They had swine flu, pneumonia. All right, that kind of sucks. But the reality is coming out of the coma, and they called it H1N1. What am I going to do? Say boo-hoo-hoo like some of you? Sorry, I'm not going to bother to do that at all. See, I got pissed off, and that's good for me. Every time I get pissed off, I take it internally, and I find my own solution. Because what am I going to do? Call mommy and daddy? Give me a break. I took the oxygen tank under my arm for 5 weeks. I put my credit score back to an 820. I popped $1 million of credit again. I don't stay down, and from now on, neither will you. You got a problem, you let me know. Believe me, I'll fix you. I got ways to fix anybody through this. So never bring the pain home ever again. Today, you don't get a do-over. COVID-19, or it could wipe you out. You could live or die. You might want to wear a mask today. If I knew to wear a mask or a bag around my friggin' head versus being dead, I would have did anything. But I didn't know someone's going to go on my yacht with swine flu pneumonia. So the reality is it takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Which one are you going to pick? It's going to be up to you. You see, I've never been comfortable a day in my life. Especially now because I always feel, for 43 years, I feel the pressure of my clients. I can't let them down. All right, the bottom line is don't be comfortable. See, I think comfortable people are just lazy. The bottom line is I want you to try what I do every day. I got up this morning at 2:25 like I've done since I was 2.5 years old. I looked in the mirror. I stopped time. I asked myself 2 questions. I didn't comb my teeth and comb my hair. I want you to try this once. All right, have I completed everything I need to? The answer is no. Is there more to be done? Always. See, here's the problem that I've seen for 43 years talking to people in my seminars, workshops, and boot camps. God gave you an idea and a dream and a vision. And then you went and asked your friends and family. I'm sorry, they don't see what God gave you. Please don't ask what they think. All they did is cloud your direction. I'd like you to listen to me for 90 days. I'd like you to go, shh, don't tell them what you're going to do. Let me do all the work for you, hand it to you, teach you how to fish, and that way you can take it over too. I don't have any excuses. By the end of the day, neither will you. One of my first favorite things on my top 10 list is money. See, I love money. I really do. The bottom line is I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I can feed my family, or I can pay my bills. I can help people like you. I haven't had a paycheck for over 20 years. So today we're going to chase the money. Is that okay with you? See, this time you're going to have to follow through. Why? Because we're getting older. We're getting slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. So the bottom line is go back to the job you hate. It's okay. Eventually they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some pizza. Is that truly your American dream? It's not mine, but it could be yours. You never know. So the bottom line is today, I want you to listen and learn while I would tell Mrs. Hope, thank you. Thank you for using and abusing me as a child because I had to get out of hell. So it's pretty simple. 7.5 years old, I listened to her poker game every Wednesday night. I stood outside my bedroom, was actually the pantry, and I wrote down my little notes. They thought it was weird, probably true. But they did say a corporation's a legal person that night. I wrote it down. All right, I just heard my way out if I could figure it out. Can't you get this? Think about it. The next day, I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. I asked the lady if she'd help me. She said, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book. See, what I was looking for is the rules, the tools, the blueprint, the instruction manual. Something to build up that $1 million dream and get through all the BS. Like you, how many books you got at home about success or secrets and crap? The bottom line is, at the end of the day, you need the rules and the tools and the discipline that I'm about to give you today. You see, I got so pissed off, all right, because it didn't exist, doesn't exist now. So here's the Millionaires Founders Kit. So I want you to understand something right now. That's 12 books and CDs, how to do $1 million corporation. All right, the real estate system's pretty good. I did have $841 million of real estate before the coma, before it was stolen from me. The bottom line is I was trying to hit $1 billion that year. The difference is it was all under corporate structure. From there, I was a consultant for many banks for years, so I wrote a book, How to Become the Bank in Buckets of Money and Tax Balancing too. Don't forget winning the game of business as well. So here's the thing I want to tell you today. When I was at the Bonaventure for 32 years before the coma, I used to sell all those for basically $20,000 a pop. There was a line around the hotel. Marriott in Long Beach for 40 years too. The office today, if you talk to one of those sales team, they'll actually give it to you for $999. That's pretty good. But the reality is I'm working on a project and I can help you if you want to help me. It's pretty simple. I'm about 20,000 short from the housing project I'm working on for some other people. So today, if you want to help me, I would normally give it to you for $499. But I want you to listen very carefully. If you Zelle $299 this morning, that's right, $299, you will get 18 books and CDs from me. But if you involve the salespeople, they got to get their commission. That's where you kind of blow it. And if you ask me if you want a hat, a mask, or a t-shirt, I'll throw one of those too. You see, here's the Zelle. Ever since COVID-19 came out, we've been taking Zelle wire deposits. It's how we get paid to expedite everything for you. So please take a picture of that today. So let's understand something. If you want to call 800-510-3338, you can. The best price they'll give you on those books and CDs is $499. But if you Zelle $299, then say I Zelled the $299 because Ray told me to, and you gave them your email, guess what you get? You get the discounted price today. Now, what I want you to do is listen. Are these turned on, please? I want to rebuild your credit. See, credit repair is just writing stupid letters. No, not mine, not late, blah, blah, blah. Kind of like a couple of you and all those credit repair flakes that are collecting money and they should not. I need to rebuild you. I got to make you a qualified CFO. Years ago, working with Ken Yarborough and Harold Stokes, I'm the one who created rapid scoring. And a couple years ago, through a vision God gave me, I created something called Rapid Refresh. It does push credit scores above 820. From there, I'd like to get you a credit line up to $100,000. I'd like to get you basically the articles, all right, the books, CDs, and classes. See, I want you stuck with me, all right? I'm not going to let you down, but I'm going to do all the work for you. Is that okay? Then I'm going to put you in a workshop, teach you how to fish, and you take it over, and you do what you want to do. Now, write it down, please. Every credit card you have in your wallet today or future must have 25 to 29%. You jack up a card past 29%, you drop your score, that's on you. You can't get any more, now you're stuck. It's just the truth. I got to make you a qualified CFO. Now, my biggest thing today is what really bothers me is we started our fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, we got to understand something. We're running out of time. If you want to have income 4 different ways with me, it's pretty simple. First thing I'm going to always go do is real estate. I can get you into millions of dollars of real estate. I have a list of every divorced couple, and I like getting their property or probate properties too. Now, if you want a fixer-upper, that's up to you. The ones I mentioned, you don't have to fix them up at all. If you want a duplex, a fourplex, or apartment complex, okay. My specialty is commercial real estate. So let's think about something today. If COVID-19 is going to basically make a readjust, let's readjust. Let's do what we got to do and get you a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or a Wendy's when they got the beef. See, you got the ability to understand today. So let's understand profit sharing. Now, one of the things that I had fun with banks and rich and famous people, I made them millionaires and billionaires through the years. It's called leveraging money and credit. There's 84 ways to turn these into 99 more cards every way. You're going to need only 3 or 4 ways. That's all I'm going to teach you anyway. So raise rules and tools. The discipline not to bring the pain where? Home ever again. Now let's look at a Lamborghini, my favorite car in the whole world today. You see, I don't have a car that belongs to me. I drive company cars. I have to see which one's available that day. So what happens with you? Everybody you see that are rich and famous today, they drive company cars and they write it all off. But not you. What you're doing is you're getting a paycheck. Oh, goody for you. You get the leftover by the way. You pay your bills. You pay for a car you should not. Then I'm sorry to say you take the money and the credit from the family. You roll the dice. And I can guarantee you every time you've done that, you've brought the pain home. Can you please write down, get the car at fleet price, tax ID with me? I'll show you step by step. It's not hard to do when you know how to do. So today, I'll bet you taking your paycheck, which I hear is called taxable income, you're paying the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Could you yell the word no right now, please? I'm sorry to say that's called dumb. You could all be driving a company car today and writing it all off. Let me know what car you want at the workshop. We'll make it a project just for you. I'll hold your hand and make sure you get the damn keys. Nothing stops me. Nothing should stop you. Census today. Today's the deadline. Why do they say that? They got to have it close out so they can print some more money. That's what tells them how to put money in every state and every city. They got to know how much to keep that printing press going. That's what it's all about. So today, I want you to understand something. As we all know, we got our SSN as a teenager to get a job. I need you to write down raise rules again. I want you to do me a favor, ladies. Pull out your Social Security card out of your purse next to your feet. Gentlemen, please pull it out of your wallet. It's in your back pocket. See, if I asked you if you read the card, you'd all say yes, but then you'd fail the 4-question test. You didn't put it here. You skimmed over like you've been doing everything in the past. If you read the card today, it says do not laminate, all right, do not use for any purposes, and it says don't carry with you. It tells you flat out it's not even your card. Look at it. You got one chance because they give you one SSN. That makes you the duck. Federal Trade Commission today says what? Most people are screwed up. Probably you. I want you to stop this. I want you to let me hold your hand for the next 90 days. The SSN, yeah, we got one. We get 1 or 2 write-offs. That's all we get. We get our Aspirin, our Tranju, and Equifax too. But the thing is, you're stuck because you jacked up the cards past 29%. I need you to listen today. I need you to learn. I need you to not screw this up anymore. You got the ability. Please write down SS4. See, every one of us under the Constitution have the right to incorporate, even if we don't want to start a business. So what happens is an SS4 times 4 today. That means almost no liability, and you get to write off everything you want, including the corporation's credit cards, interest rates, and all. You got the ability to repackage your life today and stop bringing the pain home anyway. But again, it's raise rules. All right? Don't bring the pain home ever again. What that would give you right now, right away, is an Aspirin, TransUnion, and Equifax too. See, what that means is everything you get under corporate credit, they get to write it all off. But you haven't learned how to play the game. Half of you have a corporation today. You spend $3,000 for a piece of paper, and you got a stock kit. Goody for you. The Federal Trade Commission says you've done nothing at all because you don't really know how to play the game. You see, today it's pretty simple. Write down SS4 times 4, please. The way I designed this in 1986. See, I want you to do what I designed, simple. All right? If you name a corporation after you, that means it's called dumb. If you name it what it does, that's double dum-dum. Please write down, set up the line of defense, please. I want you to get and understand something. I'm an affiliate to 115 creditors. I'm allowed to build credit reports for every division you ever want. Real estate, franchise, current business. That means for every tax ID, I can get you up to $100,000 or $1 million card too, or both. How many would you like? Now listen carefully. Corporate credit, we get to write off the interest rate and the card. But what happens on you? I already offered the personal credit earlier for safety. That's what takes care of the family. You don't hurt your family. You never bring the pain home ever again. It's Ray's rules. You got an SSN? We all do. We got to do that for our 1040. Can't write off anything at all. How about an SS4 times 4? See, you have the ability to do this even if you don't want to start a business. That gives you more credit today. And you don't have to bring the pain where? Home anyway. I want you to workshop with me for the next 90 days. But again, I got to get you to listen today. That's the biggest problem. You see, you've all been ripped off by somebody. You don't know who to trust. Your friends and family screwed you up too. You spent thousands on crap. Why don't you invest in yourself today? See, your SSN equals a 1040. You get maybe 2 write-offs if you're lucky. SS4 equals an 1120. These are the things you have to master the rules. Hardly no liability and write off everything you want to do. That's kind of up to you, but I'm going to be your coach for 90 days plus. But again, today, what are you doing? Some of you are watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube. That's fun too. Before COVID-19 hit us, we had a radio show I was on. They was going to promise me a TV show back again, go nationwide. COVID-19 kind of slowed me down. So today, you can go to rayswebinar.com and get the full overview. All right, understand you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. I don't want you bringing the pain home ever again. Now, let's read exactly what I learned when I was 7.5 years old. This added for me to change my life, to get out of hell. It's pretty simple. There's chapter 18. It's not to give legal advice at all. You ready to read with me? If you don't see it, I'll read it to you too. A corporation's a legal person. See, corporations have more rights than we do. All right, that's how the system is set up. So today I want you to remember something. If you don't want to start a business, that's okay. You're allowed a corporation. I can incorporate you. That means you have 2 credit files, your personal one and the corporation too, just like doctors and CPAs. So you don't have to have a business. I'm going to encourage that anyway, but now you'd have personal and business credit at the same time. And then you get all your write-offs at the same time too. All the ones you used to get years ago just by incorporating. But here's the thing you got to realize. You don't control time, neither do I. There are 9 loan institutions that give up to $150,000 of credit. You don't have to guarantee. You have to realize maybe a 720 is a CFO. And what happens, the corporation has to be 2 years old. So guess what? You got to start it today. Today's your last day. It's the 15th. If you don't do it for 2021 and 2021, you don't get your 2 years, and you don't get $5.4 million of credit to the corporation or the divisions too. Remember something today. You have 51 working days left of this year, period. Look at your calendar. Okay? States are taking 42 days on an average to file that corporation. I need the name today. It needs to be called in or faxed to me right away if you want up to $5.4 million of credit. But that's on you. It's like if all you want to do is you rebuild that credit to an 820 credit score. Understand, under the Federal Trade Commission, under the Credit Repair Organization Act, under Section 16 and 611, it says I got 45 working days. That means if you get it today, we can be done as soon as possible. If you blow it, you'll get it done by next year. The only one screwing up now is you. You don't control time, neither do I. So let's understand flat out. The United States of America, all right, they're a corporation. I love it. The United States of America Incorporated. What did they do? They set up their line of defense called states. Every state's a corporation. What did the state do? They set up basically the cities. Those cities are corporations too. You filed some of those, saw some of those file bankruptcy, Chapter 9. You probably never heard of that at all. Like I said today, you're going to hear things you've never heard on this planet. Luckily, God only made one of me. See, United States of America, line of defense, corporation, cities, everything else, I don't get it. I started mine at 9.5 years old. Why haven't you started yours? I don't understand this at all. You see, you have to realize you are we the people. It's your constitutional right. So when I hear someone say rich and famous people don't pay enough tax, I tell people to shut up and join them. We pay tax on a gallon of gas and property tax and so much more. It's ridiculous. You like watching people in Washington going around on their honeymoon on government planes too? The bottom line is you got to step up to the plate. If you don't want to use your constitutional right, that's up to you. You see, Nixon took the gold standard out. These guys don't have to worry about money. They got the key to the printing press. All they got to do is keep printing money 24/7. See, you and I, we got our SSN as a teenager to get a job. But Mama this morning, she delivered a baby within 3 hours or less. If Mama doesn't sign the SSN form, so the baby gets a Social Security card today, she cannot put her own baby in the car seat, stroller, and can't go home. They got to know how much money to print. Don't you get this yet? So now you know why the United States of America Incorporated have us all have an SSN. Doesn't even belong to us. All right, it's on the back of the card. It says it's their property. But again, you never had to bring the paint home ever. But you just need to know the rules and the tools, and no one bothered to explain it to you. Don't worry, you can't find anybody like me to explain it at all. I've challenged them all, and they always go run away anyway. Today, it's pretty simple. All right, stop using your personal credit. All right, use it for safety. Quit being the duck. Get a corporation. All right, the bottom line is tax ID, corporation, line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and more. You can make sure you don't bring the pain home ever again. But you're going to have to listen to me and let me be your coach. See what happens today, I like to say it again, don't bring the pain home. But here's Mr. Trump. He bankrupted 4 corporations in the past. He didn't bring the pain home. Why did you? Rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day. They say rich and famous. But you watch cities file bankruptcy in the past too, because they filed their Chapter 9 because they're corporations, but not you. Could you imagine you brought the pain home and you could have had a corporation? You didn't even need a business. All you had to do is run your life through the corporation. You would have had personal and business credit at the same time. I don't understand why you're not playing the game. It is your constitutional right. Credit card, start credit score. Credit score gets you more like a house and a car. House and a car doesn't do anything for you. They tell on your credit report look pretty unless you screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw them up. Ray's rules are pretty simple. Don't you jack up a personal card past 29%. You jack it up, you drop your score, you're stuck, you can't get any more. I got to make you a qualified CFO. I got to get you to the workshop with me. You have the ability to change your life if you want to. Me, I just want to rebuild your credit. That's what I want to do. I want to get you 720. I want to charge you $499. I want to rapid rescore you too. I want to get you up to the 820. Charge $499 too. See, here's the thing about a rebuilding program. The office, the sales team, they like to sell for about $1,000. That's okay. Me, if I can give it away for $499, hand you $1,000 cash credit card, twice as much you invested in yourself, back to you, and put you in a free, class for 90 days online, listening to the rules and the tools, not to screw it up anymore. That's what I want to help you do. But again, today, it's pretty simple. You'd have to Zelle, wire, deposit, or call 800-510-3338. You see, that program, you got to realize time you're wasting today. Me, I broadcast 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, all day Saturday. I don't like pre-recorded crap. You're stuck with me. If you're in my webinars and my classes, you can fax over the night before, or you can type during the class and I answer all your questions and more. But again, it's up to you. Ever since I started studying rich and famous people since I was a little boy, here's Walt Disney. They filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past. Probably like a couple of you. Recently, they got $1 billion in the bank. They didn't want to pay any tax. What did they do? They wrote an IOU to themselves. See, they know how to play the game. That's what you're missing today. So let's do this. SS 4 times 4. What does that do for you? A little bit of liability at all. You get to write off everything you get to do pretty much. So every corporation with a line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and on. But again, it's a choice today. It's Ray's rules not to bring the pain home ever again. So what do we get? We get the Aspirian, the Transio, and Equifax too. We can finance that business. And the weirdest thing is you could use the credit to buy that franchise, apartment complex, commercial real estate, something, and you get to write off, and even the money you paid to put down payment, it's all a write-off, and it actually pays for itself. I've never put any money in a business I've ever started. The credit financed itself. That's the way you should play the game. You know, corporate credit, get to write off the interest rate and everything else too. Personal credit, can't write off anything at all. So the way I designed this in 1986, 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing, 6 lease cards, gas cards, and cash cards too. The ability to do this correctly. But again, that's what the workshops are for me. Let me do the work for you and qualify you as a CFO. That way you can build it as much as you want to. Mr. Buffett, I studied his father first, then him. I think people get it wrong about the stock market with him. You see, he owns 100 plus companies. He owns his favorite 10. He owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Fruit of the Loom, and even owns Bridge Jewelry. See, the man's playing the game, but my question to you is, why are you not? Why don't you play and win too? You can, and I'll show you the steps. I'll do the work for you. The bottom line is, I love getting that credit up to $5.4 million. And all I need is a 720, an average balance, and all I need is the corporate charter to say 2 years. That's pretty simple. If it's done today, I can get you in there. Up to $5.4 million of credit for the corporation or the divisions too. But again, it's like the boot camp I'm going to do. This year we had one boot camp. That's all we were going to do. COVID-19 slowed us down. So I'm going to do one more. That'll be my last and final. I promised my wife I would not do another boot camp because it takes me away for 3 days. So this is scheduled for the 23rd, 24th, 25th. And the bottom line, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. From here, I'm raising $120,000 plus for a project. I need about $20,000 left. So if you want to get at that workshop and help me with the housing project, help you, help them as well, today you can get a discount if you call 800-510-3338. That way you can get in there with me. Now let's understand something. My affiliate fees in 2008 were $26 million. Just like Credit Karma, I got no phone number for you, but me, I got a phone number and I'll help you. So what happens every time you click something, they get $25. I don't want you to click anything. I want to put my dashboards to work. Got 7 of those. I'm an affiliate, 115 creditors. All right, I tell you, don't use authorized user because that's crap. And don't spend thousands on trade lines. You'll see that all over the internet. Those are just a joke. It don't work. So what I got to do for every one of you is make you a qualified CFO. I can build you up to $1 million of credit right away. All right, I'm the one who invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn every corporate card into 99 more. How many would you like? We got to talk about corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off at all. That's why we call it raise rules. The ability to see it, believe, and go get it every time. Now, if you don't see the bars in front of you, that's called prison. It's pretty simple. If you have the intent to defraud or rip anybody off, sorry, I'll be the first one to testify, get you in a court of law. That's where you're going to go. You will run a real company with me, by the way. The bottom line is, here's a corporation, here's some divisions. You got a right line of defense. What do we get to do? We get to have the parent company manage the divisions. You know what? Because something might go wrong on a piece. But we don't have to lose it all. We don't have to bring the pain home at all, too. So if we want to call it the Donald Trump, the rich and famous, the Wells Fargo, the city, too, we could do that because that's what they got to do. See, you got to learn the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. From there, if you can't save the peace, bankrupt the peace, but don't bring the pain home ever again. You got to learn the rules and the tools and how to play and win. See how many banks you see that are empty today, or grocery stores too. But they're still in business, are they not? When you bought your house, I'm sorry to say, I'd probably say you did it wrong. Don't take it personally. Well, I said earlier today, I want to repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account. So let's understand something. We're going to write down raise rules. Here's the thing. Escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. What I'd like you to do is understand, you should have said escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in a trust. See what happens with that now, if anybody wants to sue you, screw you, they can't take it away. If you die, it's going to be stuck in the probate. If you don't put your assets in a trust today, I'm sorry, your family gets nothing. You can Google the word trust. I gave them all the forms anyway for free. So let's understand something today. If we're going to fix up that property, I got to turn it into a game because I don't want to be stressed out like some of you. I'm going to call it a flippity-dippity-doo. You're going to hire a contractor. Contractor's going to hire those subcontractors that stand outside Home Depot. They're good workers, but if they slip and fall, cut every corner they can, they're going to sue you, screw you, and take everything you got. I told you in the beginning today, plan on somebody trying to take it away or getting in your way or pissing you off. If you took every property you ever get and quickly deeded it to a division, and you did an assignment of equity, they can't sue you, and at the end of the day, they would literally get diddly squat. Why not? Again, you have to learn to protect your ass. And quit bringing the pain home. Please Google the word irrevocable trust. That's one I would pick. But it's up to you. From here, we got to fix up that property today. And we find people every day that try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a mess. Remember, you can't win if you try to play outside the rules. They gave us rules and tools to master, and we have to play the game. So let's understand. All right, every corporation, they don't pay tax till they make a profit anyway. Don't try to circumvent the IRS and make a mess. Go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433A and B. Get your COVID-19 check, get your butt back in the system today. This is what you're going to have to do. So the bottom line is going to be up to you as well. Now, they used to tease me and call me OPM. I want you to have 4 more divisions. See, 60% of the people on this webinar today are clients. And if they don't get their division set up right away and give me the names today, they just blew it. And every one of those divisions are not going to get $5.4 million of credit because I've been saying it and they're not paying attention. Sometimes I wonder if these suckers are turned on. See, I want you to have 4 more divisions. Carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. You see, by going to the workshops, you learn how to save up to 70%. I hold your hand step by step all the way. I don't want you to pay a bill for 30 to 69 days anyway. I want you to use that money to fix up that property like I've always done. From there, at the end of the day, escrow closes, they pay off all the debt. Now you got $2,000 left, $200,000 left over. But you're not rich. Don't ever think you are. That doesn't make you rich. Peace of mind does. If you've had $10,000, $100,000 in the past, and you pissed it away and some of you are broke today, write down Ray's rules, leveraging money, borrow money is not taxable. You've got to set up the line of defense, ladies and gentlemen. Today's the 15th. This is your last day till you screw it up. All right, the bottom line is up to you. Let's understand. When the bank would call me every morning, and why? Let's see, my facility building in Irvine, Spectrum, was only 22,000 square feet, 2 stories, locations around the globe, doing $1 million plus a day, helping people like you, just having fun. And they'd call me up or be at the office at 9 o'clock every day. Ray, how can I help you? You see, when you got money, they go, they kiss your assets. When you got no money, hell, they don't even know your name. So we're going to play the game right. You see, leveraging money, make the bank verify itself, and they have to say yes. The CD, the line of credit, the bank account too. 3 reference points is $600,000. By the way, the banks borrow from the feds up to times 10 and loan back to 5 to us. Since borrow money's not taxable, and they give us $3 million, let's take $2 million of that today. Let's go get a McDonald's, a chocolate shake, and a fry too. You want a Big Mac too? Let me know. See, you got to go do something and get truth is. You know, honestly, I've never put a dime in any business I've ever started. I build the credit and make sure it pays for itself. When I got my Rolex years ago, it's pretty simple. They wanted $89,000 for their watch, but wholesale it was $39,000. I set up a division for jewelry. All right, you don't have to pay for it. They overnighted the watch. It's not due for 30 days, so I put a loan on the watch I did not own. Then I basically put and paid the invoice when it came in too. Leftover I put in the bank to maintain the payment on the watch. By the time I was done, I got it for free. I think you might want to watch me some more. So the reality is you can play the game too if you want to. It's all up to you. See, beating your own doubt, it's here. All right? Don't hear no. Run your own race. You have the ability to do this right. It's called cash flow free time. One of the things when we hit the fourth quarter every year, I always say, please listen harder. You see, today, you could take a brand new corporation. It'll tell you there's 8 ways to loan that money under C-191D. If I got you a credit card up to $100,000 like this one here, I'd tell you to take $50,000 off the card. Well, what I want you to do, loan $10,000 to 5 people. Put a second on their house. From there, Homestead Blocker, a chattel mortgage, UCC 1-2. I invented those years ago. I'll teach you how to do those as well. What did you just do? Listen carefully. This is what I'm talking about. The money loaned out, just basically coming back, created $2,449 of positive cash flow per month. You didn't have to do anything. The money's coming in. If you did $100,000, it's $4,800 a month. $150 is $73.47. It paid for itself, freed up your time. Now you're on top of your dream. Well, this is up to you. These are the things that I teach at the workshops. Have fun. I'll show you some of the mansions, the helicopters, and the yachts too. Still got to get you past stuck, get you past go. So the reality is up to you at the end of the day. I used to call this one God's gift. When you park your race boat and your yacht in your backyard, that's God's gift, people. Where you park yours again? Bottom line is I like the corporate helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too. Wouldn't you? Now I need you to write down 2 more rules for me, please. I want you to change your driver's license right away. Yes, I want it to be a P.O. box or mailing address. Because every time you whip it out, when you write a check or a debit card, you're saying, I'm over here, go rob my house. I'm not home right now. Oh, go sue me, screw me, take it away. It's about time you realize you have to protect your assets today. And if you don't, that's on you. The ability, because like in California, we have the Schaefer Bill, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. You see, the last time you bought a car, you screwed up. Every one of you did. You didn't listen to me. You went to a lot, you got somebody to sweat you for hours on end. You lost $5,000 up to 9 inquiries too. Remember, I said I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. Well, guess what? If you want to do it your way and they hand you that paper that says, we need your permission to run your credit, at least add next to your signature this allows 1 inquiry only. Take a picture, please. You see, you're screwing up. Sorry. You don't have the rules and the tools how to play. It should be a tax ID and a fleet price. You all, every one of you, should be driving a company car today and writing it all off. But that's on you. You got the ability to do this right if you want to. Now, sorry to say, and I pray it's not you today, you went to the grocery store, you went to the bank, you had a little bumpity bump, and now they act like they got whiplash. They're going to die. They ask you about your driver's license, your insurance, and registration, please. Your driver's license has your home address on it. Your paycheck, is that paying for that insurance for the car you're driving? When a corporation could have basically paid for it and wrote it all off? Are you really the registered owner today? If they're going to call those nasty attorneys on TV called bloodsuckers and sue you and screw you and take it away, what did I tell you earlier today? Plan on somebody pissing you off trying to take it away. What should be done is the registered owner should always be a division of a corporation. All right, the lien holder should be the corporation too. This way they can't sue you, and at the end of the day, they literally do get your diddly squat. I'm going to show you step by step at the workshop how to protect your assets, no matter what you say or do. It's like this Saturday, I have an asset protection class at 7 a.m. You're probably all going to miss it anyway, because I don't know if you're listening to me today. You got a choice, but what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? I took my corporate yacht from my backyard. There's the address. Check it out. I used a credit card. It said fill it up. Wrote off the card, interest rate, and the yacht too. What happened to me is pretty simple. Someone came on my yacht with swine flu and pneumonia. I get to die. My life got destroyed. I didn't have time to say boo-hoo, boo-hoo. I took the oxygen tank because I don't got a mommy and a daddy to call and say, help me, please. I got God me. I walked around with the oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I put my credit score back to an 820 to make myself a qualified CFO. I popped another $1 million of credit again. I don't stay down, and neither will you from now on. If you do what I tell you to do, that's what pisses me off to no end, when people don't listen when I'm ready to hold your hand and do the work for you. Are you kidding me? Nobody offers what I do on this planet today. All they want to do is sell you a bunch of secrets. This is a bunch of crap. You see, my asset protection class is this Saturday. I won't have another one till next year. You screw this up and not at that class, that's on you. You got 800-510-3338. It's like if you say you're going to pay tax next year, I'll show you ways you don't have to pay tax at all. But again, God's using me to help you. That's on you if you don't pay attention today. I made a promise in that coma. That's why I'm here today to help you. I got to keep my promise so God won't take it away again. There's me in that coma. July 5th, 2009, 5:41. I get to die. That sucks. I made my promise to help people the rest of my life. That's why I'm here helping you. Me, I named my son and my daughter after me. See, my legacy, even if I died today, will live on. It's called the Reynolds University. And I want you to focus, every one of you. Half of you are clients and you're not getting your divisions. That's the stupidest thing you could do right now. But that's on you. If you're new to this, you got to understand something. I don't count the time. I don't control it, neither do you. We have up to $150,000 of credit with no tax return required at all to reach up to $5.4 million of credit per division or corporation. Are you kidding me? And you're not listening? I don't get it. 2020, 1 year, fiscal year. 2021, blackjack year, January 2nd. Now I can use my dashboards. I can pop the credit for you if you allow me to. You got to understand something today. Some of you have a corporation. Goody. You paid $3,000 and got a stock hit. Didn't learn a damn thing. They say 96% don't do anything at all. Me, I'm going to hand you the articles, the Office to Tax ID. I'm going to hand you the fish. I'm going to teach you to fish. I'm going to charge you $9.99. I want you in my workshop for 90 days. Just like when you watch your favorite movie, you can say the lines before they do. I want you to get it here again and again and again. I want you in level 1, starting this Saturday. I want to set up the line of defense and show you how to do your divisions. Make sure you never bring the painware. The workshops for 90 days are $999 too. The office sells it for $19.98. Me, I give it away for $17.99. But here's the thing, I always want to take away your excuses, because that's all I ever hear from people. Okay? I have 3 people right now that gave deposits to get it set up. They did weekly payments, and now they're worth millions of dollars because they listened. $17.99. I hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. 3 times your investment back in your pocket. I do the rapid refresh and the credit building too for $17.99, and now you just changed your life, and I did the work for you and teach you how to fish and run with it too. What excuse you got now? You don't have one at all. Today, we take Zelle wire deposit through COVID-19. You can call the office at 800-510-3338. Say, I just got off a webinar with Ray. That's all you got to do. See, the lack of commitment is on you. That's what's holding you back today. You've all wasted thousands of dollars before, but that's on you too. See, it's like anything else today. Let's look at a Lamborghini in a building too, and let's do one thing today. Let's remember they were all obtained through tax IDs with no money down. Reaching the dream. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. I've heard no 1 billion plus times. I don't listen to dummies. I see it, believe, and go get it every time. That's why we call it Ray's Rules and Tools. You have the ability to change your life today. I'm offering 90 days and let me do the work for you. I don't care if you sell a down payment or whatever you got to do. We got to start today. All right? You got to realize you're stuck with me. Seminar, workshop, and boot camp. I don't pass the buck. All right? You can't get what I teach anywhere on this planet today. You see, today's the 15th. Let's look at a calendar, people. Calendars can't lie. Neither can you. Neither can I. 90 working days from today, you could add up to that 820, up to $100,000. I could have you in a franchise, which I'm connected to, a house, even an apartment complex too. But again, I'm holding your hand, doing the work for you. And what do we get? Up to $5.4 million of credit if it's done now. Because, well, we have a problem. There's only 51 working days left. The states are taking 42 working days to set up the corporations back to you. I need the name today. I need to get it back to you to sign it, to send it away. If you want that $5.4 million of credit. Disputes, if all you need is your credit to an 820 credit score, all right, under Section 611 of the Credit Repair Organization Act. They get 45 working days. If it's not done now, today, you're not getting it done till next year. Good luck. All right? The truth is the truth. It's like motivation. I listen to it every day. The reality is, at the end of the day, it's still blah, blah, blah. I'll show you mine. Show me yours. If you don't have it yet, I'll do the work for you and hand you the damn keys. No excuses from me. At the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. I think you'd allow me to get you the 820, up to $100,000 of credit. From there, simple. Corporations and divisions, up to $1 million. You see, I want you to stop being stuck. I wish I had someone helping me when I was that little boy getting out of hell. It would have been easier. The reality is you get all the goodies from me. What's next is pretty simple. It's Ray's Rules. That's what you get. You get me. Like I said in the beginning today, I want to repackage your life. Your house, your car, your bank account. I'm sorry, but I think you're doing it all wrong anyway. I want to do it my way. I want to clone me and get it to you. That's why we call it Ray's Rules. The ability to change your life if you want to. Corporate setup today, simple, $17.99. It's a giveaway. You're in my workshops for 90 days. I'm doing all the work for you. Then I'm handing you $5,400 of cash credit back to you, 3 times your investment, rapid refresh and credit building too for free. And all you got to do is Zelle $17.99. Are you kidding me? It's a giveaway. But again, you can Zelle, wire, deposit, or call the office at 800-510-3338. So again, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution turned corporations into people. I love the United States of America. I really do. Every game I play, just like last night when I'm playing chess and checkers, I've read the rules so many times people don't want to play with me because I always win. All right? I don't let it go until I master all the rules and the tools. They maintain 50 states. They're all corporations. States maintain the cities because they're corporations too. That's how they filed a couple of bankruptcies in the past called Chapter 9. You today can learn Ray's Rules, never have joint credit, buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Get a corporation. Don't name it after you because that's called dumb. Don't name what it does. That's double dumb. Up to $1 million of credit. You need divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. I'm the one created divisions in '86, and if you want them somewhere else, good luck. Would you like to get it from the guy that created it, the horse's mouth, or the horse's ass? You've met enough people like that out there today. You can set up the line of defense and never bring the pain home, but that's up to you. I'm offering to do the work for you. So at the end of the day, I told you earlier, plan on the problems, plan on somebody pissing you off, getting in your way. But now you know a little bit about safety credit and the line of defense. To see it, believe, and go get it every day. Ray's Rules and Tools. If all you want today is an 820 credit score, there you go. It's $4.99. I'll give you $1,000 credit card back to you. Get you in the educational class for 90 days too. But if it's not done today, because they're allowed under 611 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, all right, to take 45 working days, if you don't do it today, you just blew it. That's on you. I don't control the calendar, neither do you. You can Zelle, wire, deposit, or call the office. 800-510-3338. You see, the Millionaires Making program is my favorite one. I've turned 17 million people into millionaire corporations and a couple billionaires too. This is the one I tell every one of you to do right away. Step 1. Put all the pieces together, 2 analyzations. The office sells it for $3,995. That's okay. Me, I like to give it away for $2,999 because that's what the average person say they pay for a corporation. So let's give it to them what they pay and give them all the goodies at the same time. And on top of that, I'm offering you $25,000 of cash credit back to you today. That's 8 times your investment back to you. There could not be any excuses anymore. So the bottom line is you have a choice today. It's called Raise Rules and Tools. The ability to Zelle, wire, deposit, or call the office right away. You got 800-510-3338. See, the American dream for me is always paying my bills, getting basically the bills paid, money every month coming in, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. I think they need phone help on the phones out there, guys. They're ringing. So there you got the line of defense today. But again, what you have to do is master Raise Rules and Tools. The ultimate goal for you is the Millionaires Are in the Making workshop. So the bottom line is this. $2,999 today. The ability to get $25,000 of credit back to you. 8 times that investment. And understanding the rules and the tools. Zelle, wire, deposit. The bottom line is 800-510-3338. Remember, I don't control time, neither do you. All right, if you don't want a business, you should incorporate yourself anyway, like doctors and CPAs do. This would give you personal credit and business credit too, and you can run your life through it as well. Plus, you gain all the write-offs you're missing today. So we got 2020 this year. 2021 is called Blackjack Year. And what happens? Up to $5.4 million of credit today. 51 days left of this year. It's working days. States are taking 42 days to set up the corporation. If it's not done today, that means your divisions, if you're a client, and that's a corporation back to you that I need the name today, you're not going to get your $5.4 million of credit. You just wasted the time. It passed you by. If you want that 820 credit score, under Section 611, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you can check it out. They get 45 working days. If I don't start your dispute now, today, you blew it. That's on you. I personally hold your hand at every seminar, workshop, and boot camp. I never pass the buck. So the reality is this today, stay safe, stay strong. All right, if you're waiting for what's next to come, please let it be me, because I can get you through this. Let's always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. He's given me the rules and the tools to help you today. I pray you listen and you call right away. You got 800-510-3338. Today's the deadline, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 15th. If you waste the time, how many times you let life pass you by before? At the end of the day, let's remember, God loves us all.